This is the escape pod you start off with, and it lets you build different things. So I built my first base. That's my first base there, my first try. If we go and have a look inside, you have to build the whole thing from scratch. So this is my first base. The generator runs the whole thing. Power, got some power cells. I'm a bit low on power, so I'll put some in there. Just a few windows. This is where you can cook, you can make food. You put food in there and it makes it for you. That's the fridge where you store it. That's just an old cargo thing just to store bits and pieces. So that's the back side of my base. This is the main part. That's the main part there, there's the entrance. And this is, I've got crops growing up here. These are lights to help the crops grow. This is where I keep my oxygen, because if you don't have oxygen, we're on a planet, we'll die. So this is where I fill up with oxygen. That's me filling with oxygen. It's a healing station. This is the thing that lets you create things. You get ore and you make things here. This is the main part of the whole operation. I've got an upstairs part on this base, which takes you up to my defense hub. This is a very large cannon that will automatically fire on enemies, and that's just another spare fuel thing, so that's well stocked with fuel. I started making another base over here, which we'll go into, show you what it looks like. Actually, I'm just going to jump off. I've got a jetpack. We'll get to that thing in a moment. So yeah, this is my new base that I've just started to make. I'm calling it Cloud City. Just started it, so it's got a way to go. Go up to the. This is the main fuel for the area, and that's generator. But you step into the. This is the elevator, and you go up the elevator. It takes you into the first floor. And the first floor is not very much, so I was just building things, just experimenting really. Another oxygen container, because you always need oxygen in space. This takes you up to the middle floor, I guess, the mezzanine floor, which is kind of cool. But, see my light thing just hanging around in the middle of nowhere. But if you go up this elevator, it takes you out to the top, which is where my hangar is and my new ship. This is the ship that I use when I want to go off planet. You can see a planet in the sky up there, you can go there. So I'll get in it and show you, but there's different thrusters. I've got some weapons because this place is a bit scary. So if I get into my ship, then it shows you the inside, and I power up, and you can have a look at the external view if you want, but I've got it changes. So this is the internal view, and if we want to take off, then away we go. It's a pretty speedy ship. Sun coming up behind us, which is kind of cool. That's if you want to go mining. That's where you go mining. That's what the ship kind of looks like from the outside. I don't want to get too close to the ground. I've got a series of weapons on the ship. I'll show you. I've got some. That cat wants to go out. Go on, go outside. I've got rockets and I've got plasma launchers on this. So if I set up my plasma, I've already cleared this tower. There was a bunch of enemies here and I finished them off. So I quite like the plasma, but I've also got rockets. Rockets are kind of cool too. So this is the planet. If I wanted to leave the planet, well, I just decide, okay, I want to go up. So I'll go up. I'll show you what that looks like. Here we are, going up into the sky. Gives you all the details of how far away you are from space. At the moment we're 400 meters away from space. We're going quite slowly. But as we go up, actually we'll just show you what it looks like. That's the planet below. And we will very soon we'll pass through the stratosphere and we'll be up, there we go, through the stratosphere, and now that's the planet below. Be careful, this ship, this is a new build. It's not very good yet. It's a little bit rough. And now we're in space. We can go to that planet, which is just a moon, there's nothing really on it. That planet is Doom. Go there and it's a bit rough. And there are a bunch of people over there. That's an ice planet and whatnot. So we'll go back down to our base. Try not to crash. At the moment, the game's in early alpha, so the planets are small and there is not too much in the way of galaxies yet, but it's planning on getting bigger and bigger. And there we go. Look, you can see there's our base over there in the background. See that there on the top left-hand corner? Let's see if I can go down there. I've got to be careful. I've crashed this thing once. I don't want to crash him again. It takes ages to build. You've got to build the whole thing from scratch. Up there, up on the left, top left, is another crashed ship that was swarming with enemies until I went and wiped them all out. We'll go down. See if I can land. I'll land on top of my. I'm calling it Cloud City, but it's basically a hangar. Gotta be careful. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down. Stop. Okay, let's put it down. Take it. And we're down. Shut the engines off. Change my view and then get out. And there he is. It's my ship. It's thrusters, side thrusters, bit of protection because you get hammered. 2 generators which you need to run the ship. Fuel tank, that's the cockpit. Those 2 things there are the rockets. These longer ones are the plasma ones. If you look down, actually I'll fall off down there. If I go back down the lift, and back down the lift again. Over here, this was my first ship. It doesn't fly, it's just a ground craft, but it's good just for zipping around and picking up ore and things. It's kind of cool if you look at it from the outside. It's kind of cool. It looks like that. Floating. It's got a big gun on the front, and it's different fuel things and bits and bobs. I haven't had any problem with this. Get in it. Yep, it's good for zipping around in. Pretty speedy, and it's got a big machine gun thing on the front for enemies, because there are a few enemies around, which is good because you need them, because you eat them. Let's see if I can find one. Oh, there's one. Oh yeah, this guy. Gotta watch this guy. Yeah. Look, see that guy down there? Come here. Come here. Hang on. No. He's too... I'm too high. He's... There we go. Come here. Okay, that's one way of getting him. Right, so now he's dead. I can go and... Oh, that's us. But I prefer that view. Now he's dead, we can see what's on him. Nothing too much, actually. Nothing worth having, so I don't want to worry about him. But you just use those guys for food. And there are these kind of dinosaur things as well. But they won't attack you unless you attack them. Where's my base? Okay, so that's just, that's the game. There's my base in the background, Cloud City. And yeah, that's it.